The stormy sea crashed against the rocky shores of Ravenswood Island, where a lone lighthouse stood tall and proud. The keeper, James, had lived on the island for over 5 years, tending to the light that guided ships safely through treacherous waters. But it was not just the isolation of his life that weighed upon him, it was the silence. No one came to visit him, no one sought his company, and he had grown accustomed to the solitude. One day, while James was out checking the light's Fresnel lens, a small wooden box washed up on the shore. The waves had carried it from God knew where, but James recognized the weathered surface as if he'd seen it before. He picked up the box, and as his fingers wrapped around it, he felt an inexplicable shiver run down his spine. Curiosity got the better of him, and James carefully opened the lid. Inside, a yellowed piece of paper lay crumpled on a soft cloth. Unfurling it, he discovered a message scrawled in hasty handwriting. "The great storm will come next month. The winds will howl like a chorus of banshees, and the sea will boil with fury. But you, James, will find shelter from its wrath." James felt a jolt of unease as he stared at the words. How did someone write such a thing? And how did they know his name? He looked around, expecting to see someone lurking in the shadows or hiding behind the rocks, but there was no one. Over the next few weeks, more bottles washed up on the shore. Each contained a message that seemed to predict future events with uncanny accuracy. There were predictions of eclipses and earthquakes, floods and droughts. The messages grew increasingly cryptic, hinting at secrets hidden in the depths of human experience: love, loss, and redemption. The lighthouse keeper was both enthralled and terrified by these visions from the past and future. He felt like a conduit for some cosmic force that revealed hidden truths to him alone. And with each message, James's sense of purpose began to shift. He started to question the nature of his life on Ravenswood Island. Was he merely a caretaker of light in the darkness, or was there more to it? The messages from the bottles forced him to confront his own destiny and consider the paths not taken by others who had lived before him. As James pondered these mysteries, strange occurrences began to happen around him. Ships would appear at odd hours on the horizon, their crews oblivious to the dangers lurking beneath the surface. Some claimed to have seen ghostly apparitions dancing in the harbor lights, while others reported dreams and visions that felt eerily familiar. The lighthouse keeper realized that he was no longer alone on Ravenswood Island. He had become a part of something greater than himself, a web of lives intertwined across time and space. The messages from the bottles were not just predictions, they were fragments of memories from other souls, echoes of experiences both joyous and sorrowful. As the days passed, James felt his connection to the world beyond the island strengthening. He started to leave notes in bottles of his own, hoping that someone might find them on their journey. The responses he received back were not just messages of hope, but also expressions of solidarity from people who had lived through similar trials and tribulations. The lighthouse keeper's solitude was broken by a steady stream of visitors. Strangers came to seek guidance or simply to sit with the guardian of light. James found himself at the center of a global network, bridging gaps between lives that seemed insurmountable. One day, as he scanned the horizon for signs of danger, the wind died down and a faint glow appeared on the surface of the sea. It was a small sailboat, its crew clinging to their vessel as it rode the waves back toward shore. James smiled, knowing that his prophecies had saved them from a watery grave. As the years went by, James continued to receive messages in bottles, each one revealing new truths about humanity's collective journey. The lighthouse keeper became a symbol of hope for those lost at sea or adrift in the void. His stories were shared and retold around campfires and in taverns, inspiring others to face their own demons and find solace in the company of strangers. And though James still stood watch over Ravenswood Island, his heart had expanded beyond its shores. He knew that he was part of a greater tale, one that would unfold with each passing day, like the ebb and flow of the tides themselves. The stormy sea might rage on, but now, for James, it held no terror. For in the silence, he heard the whispers of others, echoing through eternity, guiding him toward the future and reminding him of the power that lay within his own predictions.